Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Entrepreneur Middle East is here with a very special guest. With me is Daniil Shuleyko. He is the CEO of Yango Group. Absolute pleasure meeting you today, and thank you for coming.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. So, can I please hear a very warm round of applause for Daniil today? Beautiful. Daniil, I know that today we're going to be speaking a lot about Yango, but to kick off this conversation, I just wanted to get to know you a little bit. So if you could just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Daniil. I made quite an interesting journey till today. First half of my life, till this end of high school, I thought that I will become a professional sportsman. So I spent 12 years to judo.
Judo?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and a little bit of samba in the...
Are you going to show us some moves after the podcast?
I hope no.
No, behind the scenes, we're not going to film.
Yeah, but then it sounds funny, but I transformed to the new idea that I will become a scientist. So and I go to the university with super science between engineering and science education, and which I was really enjoying. Passionate, yeah, I think and I was passionate about research in the human blood and all the research in it. But then I found the issue of this world that you need to earn money.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, because you
surprise.
And you want and you need money because you want to go somewhere
It's the base for everything.
Yeah, it's a base for everyone. In those days, right now it's much easier. So right now in a lot of different countries across the globe, if you want to go through the scientist career, it's quite easy. Even with money issue, it's not an issue anymore. So all the governments, not all, but a lot of different governments spend a lot to the science right now, and but it's not how it was 15 years ago.
Right.
And I transformed myself to the marketing guy, quite accidentally, to be honest. And I joined as a co-founder to the business in food delivery area.
Okay.
It's called Delivery Club. We spent 6 years for building that, and then we sold it to the German-based company which called Food Panda. And it's still quite a big player in the food delivery market, a part of the Delivery Hero Group. And
yeah, we heard.
Yeah, we sold the company to them. And in those days, I was focused for I think 80% of my time to the marketing, but with the engineering type of mindset. So I still can write code, quite shitty one, but still can.
Yeah.
And then I started to transform myself. So I joined the Yandex Taxi team as a CMO. I think I was just CMO for 2 weeks or so. I started to gain more and more responsibility, customer care, customer success.
It's not an easy job.
Sales, operations, driver happiness, and so on. And then one day I became a CEO of the whole taxi group. Then I started to launch the new businesses because I was, so passionate about launching something new. I really like new stuff, and start launch. And then after a dozen of years in Yandex, I joined Yango Group as a CEO, and trying to build it right now across the globe.
Incredible. So you've moved to Dubai basically. How long was it ago?
I think almost 4 years already.
4 years already.
Yeah.
You're pretty local here now.
It depends because look, I'm based here in Dubai, but I travel a lot.
Yeah, I can imagine. You lost track of time, I think.
Yeah.
Life in the sky, basically. Life in the sky.
Yeah.
But correct me if I'm wrong. I heard that Yango is in 30 different countries now. Is this right?
It's slightly less than 40.
Incredible.
And then we scale quite aggressively.
Yeah, but its base is here in the UAE.
Yeah, our headquarters here in UAE.
So tell me, Yango Group in the UAE, where do we begin? How was it kicking it off here? What was that journey like for you? I mean, you guys have so many different departments as well. So if you could just walk me through,
Look, let's start with not from UAE but from the Yango. So we start our journey as a ride hail because we have a lot of experience. The majority of the team have experience in this market. So we start from the Côte d'Ivoire was our first country. We learned and we found our approach. I think we will speak a little bit about that later. And then we start to scale as a first step in new countries. But then in one of our trips, we invent the idea that people, they don't think in terms of apps, or they don't need just a taxi app in the end. They just need to go from point A to point B.
Yeah.
And then one day they want to use taxi for that. Other one, they want to use a scooter or bicycle or car sharing. Then they want to take their own car or, I don't know, rent it for a weekend, some nice car. And we start to transform from the ride-hail type of the company to ecosystem type of the company. And right now we like to tell our story that we're building the digital ecosystems for the countries with different steps inside the country, but fully localized. And this is the localized. It's probably main part of our the DNA.
Yeah, I read about it.
Yeah, because you need to came to the country, to the market. That's why I travel a lot, to understand what people really need.
But you know, you're a very rare case. Usually this is not the case for many people, and this is where they're highly mistaken. Especially, I hear a lot of stories here of people comparing, oh, Saudi is going to be the new UAE, or Riyadh is going to be the new Dubai. No, it's not.
No.
They're very different markets, and it's very important as a CEO of a company to actually experience the life and the culture and how the whole country is run in order to implement, your technology or your product in it. So I think that's something you should be extremely proud of, actually, that you've done that.
Look, it's you're right. Not because it's our strategy, but it's because how I really think. But most of the companies, they try to build, let's call it one-size-fits-all business model without a lot of different customization for the market, because it's much more cheaper in terms of operating such a business.
And less time consuming.
And less time consuming and more common. But
it's the easier path.
Look, let's come back to UAE. It's not only about the different countries is different. And look, I was in all our countries where we operate. In most of them, not once. Every single one is unique, but even inside the country, different city also different. For example, here in Dubai, one vibe, and
Ras Al Khaimah would be
Ras Al Khaimah completely different, or in Sharjah or Abu Dhabi. So every single one had its own specific tiny things, and if you found them and you can implement them inside your app, it changes everything.
Fully. Because you're speaking to the consumers and the population of that city.
In the end, consumer will feel it because you will give them exactly what they want, and they will find the answers which they ask to the apps with which they collaborate with.
Right. Now, moving on to a different topic, I obviously want to hear from you. You have a lot of different divisions,
Yeah.
Maybe we can start, let's say, with Yango Tech, because that's the latest one where you guys launch all your robotics and stuff. I'm quite curious about it. But take us through that entire journey of the different sectors you guys
have. That's happened from the topic which I touched a little bit. So when we start to think that it's not about one single app, it's about how about our lives in the end. So we start to scale it in horizontal way as well, not only geographically. So in every single country, we start to think about ourselves as ecosystem. So we find the areas in which we can deploy something which can reshape the whole market, help the country and the citizens of this country, and start to think this way. So we launched delivery, food delivery, a lot of logistics, mapping, a lot of different stuff.
Anything one can possibly desire.
Yeah, and with Yango Tech, which you mentioned, it happened super accidentally. So in one day, we found ourselves that we have a lot of different technologies in food delivery, grocery delivery, for dark store operation and so on, because we have such businesses across the globe. And the very basic idea was, why not to give the technology to our partners? Because the first thing of our DNA is to be very local. The second thing, we build the ecosystem for partners. So we not replacement the existing businesses in the market where we came. We grow them with us. So we work with the partners, every single business model. For example, for taxi, we work not directly to the drivers. We can work like that in some market, but we work with the taxi companies. So we not replace them. We help them to grow.
Right.
And
you're not conquering the business, you're rather giving them the knowledge and the
We're giving them a knowledge,
technology
and we take our piece of pie, in which we are quite good, and keep to them theirs. So we are not really good in.
You're being very fair about it, yeah.
We are not really good in operate on the street with the cars, but we're really good in dispatching algorithm, pricing algorithm, app building, and in AI, and that's what we take. So. Because we're so focused on the partners, and we had a lot of partners in grocery delivery across the globe, we find, let's give them our tech for dark store, for warehouse management systems, for last mile logistics as a software. And we start to discuss it with our partners, and we found that it's a perfect product market fit, because they believe to us much more than just a general SaaS as a service type of the company, because we build the software for us. We tested on real customers, on real situations, on real market,
through their business,
on high level of order frequency and complexity of all the regulations.
Right.
And that's why they believe in us. And we start to scale it, and then we think, okay, why not? Why it's only about the restaurants? Let's scale it again. So let's look what we built through these years, and what can be transformed as a part of the software for our partners.
Right. When are we going to see the robots in Dubai?
Look, you already can see the tiny delivery robot. We call it Rover.
I was very happy to see it in your offices a few months ago. Yeah. Will that be launching across and being widely used soon?
I think so. I hope. It's really depends on regulations. What we're trying to build, we try to build because we have 30 countries with different weather conditions. So, and that's why
even the robots need to be adaptable.
Yes, because otherwise you need from the day one try to build the whole architecture of the company and every single type of the technology for scalability across the globe.
Right.
And for the robots as well.
Yeah. And also the ones in supermarkets, right? Where they would be giving you the products from your cart. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What other departments would you like to talk about? I mean, you guys also have Yango Play, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, if we come back to the Middle East market and here to Dubai, I think really proud about our success in Yango Play. And here the strategy was again about let's extract what is most local part of this type of the business, and that's why we focused on Arabic content, which super, let's go focused on.
It's very niche, yeah.
It's a niche, but when our customers, our subscribers start to watch such a content, they can find themselves, their friends, their problems, their history, and that's work. Because it's again about local problems and local ideas, local agenda. Right. And you live in the local agenda 99% of the time, and only not 99, but 90% of your time. Yeah. And only 10% of your time you watch movie or TV show. And if there are not the same agenda in which you spend your whole day, it's okay. all of us like Hollywood blockbusters.
Yeah.
But we also want to feel our own, let's call it, everything, but on the TV. And the same idea, but focused on this exactly market, and it's definitely worked. So we're growing in
So it's
subscribers.
fully Arabic content on the.
It's already not,
channel.
so we start with
You're
that.
slowly
So,
starting.
but we start to enrich. We just recently signed an awesome deal with the Crunchyroll. So we have a whole Crunchyroll library of anime, which is super popular here on the market.
Yeah.
I was so surprised because in my childhood I watched, and even now I watched a lot of anime, but for me it was super surprise.
Right.
It's also again about the surprise. Anime on Middle East extremely
it's-
popular. It's super big.
I think being obsessed with anime and also K-pop, it's something that they're extremely focused on here, which is quite crazy. But I'm happy because honestly, bringing TV back, especially here like in Dubai, at least for me, I don't watch Arabic content, right? And I sometimes miss watching actual TV and watching news and watching anchoring and everything. But the fact that you're bringing Arabic content to the locals and maybe making kids not stay on their phones anymore and watch social media, but tune on TV and watch, something on Yango Play, I think that's a great idea. And of course, the assistance of Yasmina, I think. I have it in my house personally.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks to you guys.
What's your experience?
Pardon?
What's your experience with that?
She's extremely funny, I have to say. She's my brother. Every time he misbehaves or tells her something, she actually says quite a lot of things back to him. So I was extremely happy with the way she's, confronting him.
She's a little bit pushy. Yeah,
if you're just alone and you want to talk to someone, I don't mind speaking to her. I know this sounds a bit weird, but it's just it was extremely entertaining.
I think in a couple of years from now it wouldn't sound weird already.
Yeah.
But it's again, so why she's so pushy? Because we educate her on the local content.
Okay.
On the local Twitter, or X, or local Facebook, or on local, so whatever we can find for education, we use it for education.
Mm-hmm.
And it means that the local communication, it's a little bit pushy.
Yeah.
And in the alpha versions, it was even more pushy, and we said, "Oh, come on, too much. Let's calm down a little bit."
Yeah.
And you need to reshape it. But it's a super important part of the play business because you need to transform how you take the content, so to start to use it in the new different scenarios. So a lot of us start to listen music when we go to the sports, to the gym. But for example, not a lot of from us when we came home just switch on the music.
That's exactly why I use her, by the way.
But this has changed a lot. Your experience of come back home, of your feeling of the home. And it's super difficult to click the button, but it's super easy. Just Yasmina, switch on romantic
Daniil,
music.
do you know how many times I got home and I witnessed my dad listening to jazz and sipping his glass of wine through Yasmina? I swear, because he just says it. Yasmina, please switch on jazz music. In a second, it's there. It makes you feel different at home. I completely agree with you.
It's just it's about emotion.
It's so easy, right, to do it.
The second step is the same with the movies. So if you switch on to your TV,
okay.
it's also a little bit reshaped because look, if you open any type of the research about the social media, that right now we can be focused on the one picture for 3 to 4 seconds.
3 seconds, yeah,
something like that. Yeah. And when you start to choose the show which you want to, the new one. Mm-hmm. So if you already watch for, I don't know, something for 2 years, it's okay.
You want something to be suggested to you, something
you want
new.
something to be suggested, but when you scroll it, it's already outdated completely, by my own opinion. But if we will be successful, we rebuild the whole scenario, the same. Yasmina, let's start the new show. Mm-hmm. I'm a really romantic mood today, or I'm really upset with my, I don't know, career. So switch on something about the career reinvention, and with your own feeling. And on the second stage, we even can extract this before you understand that you're upset or happy or you want romantic stuff.
That's scary.
It's scary on one hand, but this will also help you to understand it.
Because a lot of people don't talk about their issues, right?
Yeah, because look.
How would you know though? What's the technology behind it?
It's just
Our thoughts have frequencies?
It's just a generalized stuff. So
what we search on Google, maybe? Or
unfortunately, we can't use this data. But I think in one day, most of the countries start to transform it somehow. Because right now, it's the same story with which we started. All the general AI technology, they are built as one size fits all model, so without local stuff. And we want to implement local stuff, local messages, local religion, for example, which is super important to
understand the way the population thinks.
Not to change the way how they think, but to understand it. And this is the idea why we start to build this meaning. One of
right.
So we want to build her in the very local way with local insights inside.
Right. But I'm pretty sure you have your benchmarks and stuff. And sorry for mentioning your competitors, but why should one buy Yasmin instead of an Alexa? What would be your main kind of
I think
selling point? Let's put it that way. Is it this localization?
Localization, definitely, but I already mentioned a lot of it today. So the second one that we built Yango Play here for this exactly market, and instead of Amazon Prime for the whole world. So that's why our content library and the way how we work with it will be more optimized for your daily behavior.
Right, personalized for the people here.
So the personalization, I think, in terms of personalization, I believe, and we made a lot of tests. For example, in musics, we believe that in the end you need just one button, switch on music, and then we provide you the best music for this exactly moment, which you really, really want. So yes, of course, we need to provide you opportunity to choose, but in the end you don't need it. And we really making a test quite often, and by our own test and with all the companies which we hire in terms of recommendation algorithms in music, we are better by far.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah. I want to speak to you about one very important thing, obviously, buzzword, substance, our future, AI. What is your take on AI? Obviously, how you guys are integrating AI, but at the same time, outside of being the CEO, Group CEO of Yango of Yango Group, what is your sort of vision on this entire? Is it going to be the new apocalypse for all of us, or is it something that's going to make our lives 10 times better? Because I read a lot about it. I hear a lot of different opinions, but I wanted to hear your own.
I think no one know what we will get in future.
Even you?
Especially me, because I have too much data in my head about that. It's impossible to predict, really.
Okay. So the Mission Impossible movie might come true? Something
like that, yeah. So we can go in different directions. So all of us watch all the sci-fi movies about the future, with the good future and the bad future, and who knows. But look, AI is already here. So if you go to any type of modern IT company or somehow IT-related startup, it's already everywhere. So from the day one, it's AI native type of the employees there. If you go to the younger generation, who is from 14 till 18, AI everywhere, so implemented in every single piece of their life already. Yeah. But I think that's only the beginning. So it will transform every single area of our life.
So our daily lives will be different in the next 5 years?
For example, a good friend of mine, he made quite an interesting business in super strange area. He built robots for cows. so produce milk.
Okay.
And
For
also,
milking?
Yeah, for milking. And he made this business already for, I don't know, 10 years or so, quite big one. But because he worked with
Poor cows, they want real people love and they get robots milking them.
So there are not only modern type of robots, but the old one, like, I don't know, different specific stuff to collect everything there. And they broke every single half a year. And before AI came to our life, how the repairing process was. Let's call engineer of this exactly company came to this special device and look on it. If the problem was the same as it was sometimes in the past, easy, done, just half a day, done.
Yeah.
But if it's new,
you have to take the machine.
You can take this size instruction. And I really believe that no one, with only one exception from the guy who
created the instruction,
read it, and he started to repair somehow. And sometimes he was happy and lucky one to repair it from the first attempt, but in most of the cases, no. What he made, he said, before you start the repairing process, you need to make a photo, describe the problem, send the request to ChatGPT, and said, "Look, I have the device, blah 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 blah, and then a problem. ChatGPT, please read the instruction and give me the advice how I should fix it, and then all the details which I need to acquire."
In 1 second,
find me with the best price in the region we're right now.
Crazy.
And he decreased the cost of all the repairments 5 times or so. He decreased the amount of all the problems for all the factories with which he worked almost 4 times with just single instruction. So, and this is a super strange area for implementing AI.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's already there.
Problem solving.
Yeah, and that's why it's difficult to predict how it will reshape everything, but it will reshape everything. So, in my personal part of the Yango journey and the idea what I want to build, it's the way how the apps with which we communicate every day is looking and working. If, for example, right now we'll open Yango Play app, it will be similar. The recommendation will be different, but how it looks like for me and for you will be the same. But in a couple of years from now, you can construct the app directly for you, for your own behavior. If you like voice, would be 99% with voice. If you like touching. If you like combination. And
all that will be AI.
And this will be AI because in the previous era, you need to code all these shapes. And this is impossible because everything, we have different guys here in the room, and all of them, they like to communicate with their apps with their own app way. So some of us in one way and some in another. And you can transform the apps in completely the new way when it will be super personal built for you automatically before you launch, and then it will be re-educate with your own behavior, not only the list of recommendations and recommendation of point B for the taxi, for example, but in the way how it looks like, in colors and all the stuff.
No, because a lot of people are speaking, will AI, take more jobs than it creates, and this is the tough $1 billion question.
Yes, of course, probably my job and your job will be different.
Yeah.
Somehow.
But it's on us to know how to adapt to the new era and not be stuck in time in our ways.
That's why I mentioned the curiosity. So you need to be curious enough to reshape yourself, because otherwise you can wake up in one day and understand that you completely outdated.
Yeah.
This is really important. So if you wouldn't be curious, yes, AI will take your job.
Right. No, but it's a great piece of advice to give to anyone. Now, I have here that you've set, a bold vision of reaching 1 billion users. So
Yeah.
I wanted to talk a little bit about that. What do you think is going to be your biggest, let's say, personal leadership challenge, I guess, in reaching this 1 billion users? What are your prospects now?
Look,
what are your thoughts on it?
I believe that every single company at one stage, not in the beginning. In the beginning, you just need to survive.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, but
Focus
then,
on your sales and your marketing.
But when you already find your product market fit, you find your scale model. When you build your first, executive team, you need to find almost a dream. So why almost? Because it should be a dream, but which can become true in one day. So
realistic dream.
Yeah. Not so realistic, it should be really ambitious, but 1 billion users, it's quite a lot of growth for us.
The seventh of the
Yeah,
world.
but most developed markets in terms of ecosystem building is Kazakhstan. And
it's a very interesting market, yeah.
Yeah, and if we will move to Kazakhstan right now, half of the population, so half of the Kazakhstani guys use one of our apps at least daily. So half of the population daily use our products.
Okay.
And this is
What's the population of Kazakhstan?
Almost 21 million. People. Yeah.
Wow, so that's a good 10 million.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah. So this is the idea. So you need to come to the market. So you need to cover the population. You need to launch the product, but then you need to find the scale.
But you need time for that. You need to see how the users experience your applications, right? You need time. How do you gather that data? I didn't ask you. Like, what's the best way that you have certain reports?
Just spend your time on the streets. So
really,
in the end, yes. So because we built our business based on the partners, you need to speak with people around and with your partners. For example, when we started to build Colombia market, we came there and we found that there are a company which called Texas Libras, which is quite a taxi company, as you can imagine it. And what Uber made, they start to compete with them. What Didi made, they start to compete with them. What we made, we start to communicate who is the strongest guys on the market. And
the local strongest guys.
The local strongest guys. We just asked the question. We came there and asked this, because it's impossible to get these questions from your office in Dubai. It's impossible to build the local business on the streets in Bogota, sitting here in Dubai. You need to travel there. Yeah, definitely. And we get the answer that the Taxi Libras is a top tier guys. So we signed the deal with them. They are right now our partner. So we provide the dispatching algorithm, we provide the pricing algorithm, apps and that. So customers use our app for ordering, but they do their part of the job. But to manage it, you need to come to every single country, hire somebody there, start to ask questions, as in the beginning of our communication today. And that's it.
Right. What would you say is your leadership style?
I think it's better to ask.
Shall we look at your employees here?
I think it's better ask of somebody from my team. But I believe that I try to be the guy who I'm really am. So very open-minded. You need to show yourself
who you are.
Just real. So if you made a mistake, say, I failed. I failed. This is how it happened. That's what I want to do. So, for example, I have thousands of employees across the globe, and I need to show them my true inner self. For example, we have closed channels of communication with them, which I use like my
blog?
Like my blog, with my life. So
that's super interesting.
I came to the country, I met with this guy, I met with the president.
Do you send them selfies and stuff?
Sometimes, like we can do it right now to them. This help.
I'm going to be part of the private Yango chat group.
And this helped them to live my life together with me and to understand myself better. And I believe that for me, it's the best way, just to be who you truly are,
Right.
show your inner self,
Right.
not just your mask, which every single professional CEO can use, of course.
Yeah.
Just, show yourself, your bad part, your good part, your emotional part.
Yeah. Just like Oscar Wilde said, give a man a mask and he'll tell you the truth. Yeah. But how do you handle, failures?
Very bad, as everyone.
Really?
So
No, because men tend to be very overconfident, once they fail, and this is just that mask and that immunity that they have. Would you
Look,
say that?
I really believe that all of us, we have almost the same ratio of good decisions and bad decisions. So the best of us had 51% of the good decisions instead of 50-50. Probably 55 if you're awesome. Then it's the questions only of how many decisions you took daily. So if you took the decisions instead of just thinking, let's think 2 more weeks for that, just you need to think, of course, but you need to take the decision. Zero decision is not a decision, it's just avoidance. And especially for the big companies, the bigger you became, the more risk avoidant you became as well. So in your startup era, when you just started and you need to survive, you risk taking everything. So you try every single piece of everything everywhere.
And it's a lonely journey as well. It's not an easy journey at all.
It's not an easy journey. But then when you build something, you try to protect it. And that's why
it's your baby.
And that's why you start to be really risk avoidant guy. And you need to push,
more emotional, I suppose.
Yeah, and you need to push yourself back. You need to take the risk. Especially now, when the whole world is reshaping,
fully,
you need to reshape yourself as well. And that's why we try to keep this culture inside.
Right.
That's why we try one of probably not unique idea, but we really like it. We shift the employees between the business lines and between the countries as well. So, for example, I came with the guys today. He's working here for UAE market, but
you're gonna send him off somewhere else.
Yeah. For example, in a year from now, I call to them and say, "Look, your next stop is, I don't know, Bolivia.
Yeah.
You will spend next 18 months there because I believe that this is best for your career path, best for our company." And when this employee came to the Bolivia, for him or for her, it will be the startup mode again. And
because you leave your comfort zone, and I feel like
you
that's
completely
so
leave
important.
comfort zone because if you, it really doesn't matter. You change the business line or country. If you change all the environment
and your thought process and everything.
Yeah, and your brain starts to work faster and faster and faster, and helping to reinvent yourself.
I wanted to ask you one more question. I interview a lot of entrepreneurs and CEOs.
I can imagine.
It's usually success stories that are being thrown at me, and I always ask them the questions of, number one, what does success mean to you? And then the second question after that comes is, does success always equal money? Because I see a lot of them being extremely successful, but genuinely not happy in their life. So I wanted to ask you the same as number one, what does success mean to you? And then how do you relate money into that success? Does that define happiness in your opinion?
Look, money definitely no. At least I hope so. It was really important in the beginning. So before you buy your first apartment, your first car, before you can travel anywhere you want, it's super important. But after that, it's just more money is better than less money, but doesn't really
change your goals or motivation.
Change my goal or motivation. I just need to be really confident about future of my family, of my daughters, of my grandparents and parents, and this is really important for me. So for me, the happiness of my family is super important. And that's why, and this costs a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. About what success means, it's when it's also changed through my life.
Okay.
So in the beginning, it was when I built something. I succeed in something. So I find the new way of user acquisition which no one still found on the market. Then, when I became a CEO, it transformed to we build the new technology, we build the new product.
So it's from I to we.
Yeah, and right now, when where I am right now, when I have a different business line in different countries, it transforms that I create the architecture of the system in which the new businesses in new countries can happen. And when it happens without my own involvement inside, I'm really happy with it.
Because micromanaging.
Because it's impossible. So
it's impossible,
when we have so big amount of everything, it's impossible to. I like to micromanage. There's probably a lot of different CEOs, but it's impossible. So I push myself to the stage
to trust somebody else.
I must trust, and I need to build the system in which, when it's important, they came to me, and when it's not, it wouldn't happen. So, and success for me when the system is working, when every single country start to be independent in one day. Right now we're still not there. Some of the countries are more independent, some less. But in my dream, every single country will be a separate business with a huge level of independency. And when I build it, I will feel I'm succeeding. So for me, it's a dream.
And it's on you now to build that base and personalize it and localize it, as you've said. Now tell me, a couple of questions for the end. Obviously, you are quite a prominent leader here in the region. What sort of advice would you give to all those, other young men and women out there that potentially would like to take your path one day, or potentially are CEOs already and are trying to balance out, their work and their life and their personal life and everything? What sort of advice as a whole would you like to give them? I know curiosity is a big part of it.
I think curiosity is the first one. The second one, just choose the trip which you really enjoy. So I travel a lot. I work like crazy. So my average work day is something like, 13 hours or so. But I really enjoy every single day of my life. And that's why it's not work, it's just my lifestyle.
Which is super important. To make sure you're motivated.
Look, you can choose any single path you want, but choose it and start to go by this way.
As you said, don't abandon the decision.
And just try to feel, are you happy with your decision or not? Sometimes not. Sometimes every single one in the world, in some days just think, well, my whole way was wrong. I'm at the wrong stop right now. I need to reshape everything. Just give it a little bit of time for such thoughts. But then find the way which you really enjoy every single minute of it, even the bad part, because in the beginning it's a strange part of the career. In the beginning, 90% of your daily routine is the things which you like. And only 10 which you don't like. But the bigger you became and the higher
there's
you climb,
more dislikes?
More dislikes, because there are a lot of stuff you must do. So you just must do it. No one can do it instead of you. It's just your part of story. You must do it.
You have to find a way to like it, right? You have to
and you find a way to enjoy it. The third one, work more than, it's completely unpopular opinion, work more than anyone else around you.
And never be the smartest person in the room, I guess.
Yeah, it's impossible to be the smartest person in the room. A lot of guys smarter than you in something, but you can overplay them if you work just more. 1 hour more, 2 hours more, 3 hours more. in one day, if you keep this discipline for years, you will overplay even the most talented guys.
It's all about discipline.
Yeah, so it's impossible to overplay the super talented guys who is disciplined and working hard. But thanks for this world that most talented guys in a lot of cases a little bit more lazy than just
work smart, not hard.
Yeah, and that's why you can overplay them. So work more and more, and choose the right partners in your journey. And this is not only about the team; it's only your business partners. And when we find such a partner, our journey speed up significantly.
Incredible.
And but you can choose the wrong partner as well. So and this choosing stuff is super important because you need to choose the right partners in your life, right partners in your team, right partners in your work, and this is super important advice because I made a lot of mistakes in the beginning of my journey.
But unfortunately, I think everybody has to. There's no such a thing as a perfect.
Yeah,
journey for anyone.
but you need to think about it. So think twice before choose a partner because in most cases it should be for your whole life. It depends. It doesn't really matter about your personal life or your job. So choose a partner not for one deal, just for whole life, and think twice before you made the decision.
And learn on others' mistakes.
Yeah, but this advice
never works.
Never works.
We all have to hit our head on the wall. Now I have two other questions for you that came through the audience. How do you make decisions when you don't have all the answers?
Just guess.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Almost. Funny part of the story, when we just sold the delivery club, the business which I made as the first big success for me. And I had two offers, two really nice offers. The first one, to join Bayer, the food panda, so even the headquarter in Germany with unbelievable amount of money, so much more than I earned before, and joined Yandex as a CMO of the taxi division, which was, I don't know, the whole team was less than in this room right now. The whole team and the whole amount of trips was even the same size.
The same size.
The same
my
size.
God.
And almost 6 times less money. And with big promises about shares and so on, but only promises, nothing on paper. And that's pretty enough of the data to take the decision.
Oh my God!
But I flipped the coin.
No way.
Coin flipped that I must go to Germany, and I feel myself upset. And decided that I will join Yandex. And this was...
Just trust the gut feeling.
Yeah, it's an interesting piece. When you flip the coin, even before it's dropped, you already feel... You just try to feel which answer you want there. And all my life, it's a lot of different coincidences.
Coin incidences.
Coin incidences. So I never flipped the coin again from that day for take a decision. But yes, if you don't have enough data, just try to get it. Probably it's possible. But if you don't have time for that, just take the decision. Some decision better than no decision. That's it.
100%.
Yeah.
Daniil, we could speak until tomorrow. Absolute pleasure speaking to you today. Honestly, we wish you the best of luck. I personally wish the best of luck to your company, your family, and that all your wishes do come true in the coming years, and to many more interviews with Entrepreneur. And we wish you the best of luck. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you.